Now, supply convoys traveling through Iraq no longer travel alone. That's because now they're guarded by the 518th Gun Truck Company. It's a one-of-a-kind company created by my next guest. He is Army Reservist Captain Rob Landry. It was Captain Landry's idea and hard work that not only created these never-before-used gun trucks, but also brought together the troops to fill the company. Now, he's back stateside now, as you can see, in his civvies, but I want to talk to you about how this all came together. You were out there and you saw these convoys were just getting beat up, and you decided something needed to be done.
That's correct, Brian. We were seeing the frequency of the attacks by the insurgents on the convoys on our supply routes just dramatically increase, and this happened probably in late March, early April, right around the Easter weekend. And we just needed to have a more consistent way to protect these convoys and the U.S. cargo, U.S. equipment.
So you went to your colonel and said, I got an idea, and your colonel said, go after it. Tell me about the idea.
Well, the idea, I approached Colonel Corey Humans and actually his boss as well, Major General Jack Stoltz, regarding standing up a provisional company, a company formed in the continuum of war to enable convoy security, defend convoy elements, and they deliberated for about 3 days, and they said, yeah, let's do it. What's your plan? And that's where I was.
And so tell me about the plan. You basically had to take trucks and build a kind of a piece of equipment that really did not exist in the arsenal on the ground.
Well, we had some forms of different trucks that they had tried to build during the initial stages of our war, and also in Vietnam. I did a lot of research online with the Vietnam era trucks, and they built gun trucks during that war. And much like Vietnam, we do not have a front line of this war, so we researched that. We interviewed a lot of different soldiers that had been in theater for a while, and we developed a consistent platform, a gun truck that would serve to protect these convoys.
And you asked for volunteers among people who were essentially volunteers already.
Yes, that's correct. We are a volunteer army, but the 518th, I always say, we're volunteers amongst volunteers. I went out and talked to 20 different companies, and I asked for 6 volunteers from each one of these companies. And the neat thing about it is these soldiers volunteered for a mission that was a higher risk mission than what they currently were doing. Many of them would have remained in Kuwait. So they took on this higher risk mission. It was great.
Stay on that picture for a moment. Go back to that picture if you can there, Bubba, because that is a picture of you standing with an Enterprise logo from the rental car company, and that's what you do when you're not, over defending the nation's interests.
That's correct, Brian. And I'd like to take a moment first of all, I'd like to say happy birthday to my son. Today's his birthday, and say hi to my wife, Missy, and my other children, Brendan and Amber. But also, I'd like to recognize Enterprise Rental Car, my employer, for the support they gave me and other guardsmen and reservists that are over there. And I think that's kind of the untold story in this war, is those companies that are standing behind their guardsmen and reservists. And they did. I carried around their company banner, their flag, with me throughout Iraq, and I traveled pretty much all over the country. And we'd raise that flag, the Enterprise flag, and we kind of got nicknamed the We'll Pick You Up Company.
All right. Well, listen, thank you very much, Captain Landry, for what you've done while you're there, and thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian. It's great.